You are now tuned into Somewhere in the Middle with Soonie and Mo.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, Don on the beat.
Hey, I got so many ops.
Everywhere I go, I
got so many ops.
so many y'all.
I know they plotting against me. I know it's hate, they wanna kill me, but please don't tempt me, cause I got so many glocks. Hey, ain't none of them empty. Jesus said they would hate me too. That's how I know it's envy. I got so many ops.
What up? I was just laughing because I saw Big Booty Judy come in first. And I was like, damn, we better play the Big Booty Judy intro. Because we may not, I don't know. It's a crapshoot on how many people will actually be joining us tonight just because it's the 4th of July in the States here. So
I know.
Let's hit the Big Booty Judy intro so we don't lose her.
Big Judy, Big Booty Judy. What? Big Judy, Big Booty Judy. Big Booty, Big Judy, Big Booty Judy. Stop. I wanna see you move it. Yeah. Big Booty Judy. Big Booty Judy. Got Big Booty Judy. That's Big Booty Judy. Got Big Booty Judy. That's Big Booty Judy. Got Big.
God damn it.
It never gets old. Can you show that picture you just showed me? Can we just
You want to
share
see it
that
already?
Yeah. Well, were you going to share it?
Yeah.
I
When we
feel
got
like-
to that topic, yeah. You want to do it now?
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't know we were talking about Gretchen Whitmer.
Yes, Gretchen Whitmer. She is the governor of Michigan,
Oh, that's right, because we're talking about the Michigan bill.
and they're trying to punish people for not getting pronouns right. What in the hell?
So
What the hell?
Soonie says to me, you know who Gretchen Whitmer looks like? She looks like Coraline's mom. And if you guys have ever seen the movie Coraline, it's a Pixar movie. Soonie was dead on with this one, man. She was
looks like-
dead.
She
Dead
looks like-
on.
It's like a whole cartoon character.
And it fits
So I have a question.
her image.
This is a random Soonie thought.
Oh.
Who celebrates the 4th of July on the 4th? Anytime I've celebrated, it's always been the day before
Uh-huh.
or the weekend, but never during the week.
Yeah.
Like, who actually celebrates the 4th of July on the 4th?
Well, here it's always like, here it's usually falling either on a weekend or on a Monday, right? So you get like Monday off. But this one was weird because it fell on a Tuesday in the States. So we actually celebrated the 3rd. Everything in the city was on the 3rd. They had some
Same here.
shows going off on the 4th, but yeah, usually I do it on the 4th because it's usually on a weekend.
I don't think I've ever actually done anything on the 4th. Like,
Mm.
on the 4th, unless we're having a cookout, everybody's just chilling, having drinks, eating. We usually go to like a beach,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't really go all out. I grew up with that, but my aunties and my mother cooked, so it was just you kind of just show up. I think I've grown accustomed to just showing up. I don't like doing things on the 4th. I want to relax on the 4th and then go watch fireworks and like possibly get a little tipsy.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do on the 4th.
I mean, really in the States, like they kind of make it a couple of days, like just depending, like they have, because, they can't obviously have all the cities and counties popping off fireworks. So I think because of like permitting and stuff like that, they have to schedule it out.
And I don't necessarily go watch fireworks. It's like hit or miss.
I don't go. I can see them from where I'm at.
Either way, sometimes I have fireworks every Saturday outside. I think that's what it is because we have fireworks every Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, all right, it's fireworks, whatever.
Right. Yeah, I know. Well, we kind of like make a joke because like my son's parents are from, or I'm sorry, my son's girlfriend's parents are from
I'm like,
Poland.
what the fuck? Are you Barack Obama and Michelle? You got some shit you want to tell me?
Oops.
Is that a Freudian slip?
No. My son's girlfriend's parents are from Poland, right? So like, they've been in wars and things like that. And so I'm like, I'm imagining for people who have been through war and like heard
PTSD.
real, like this shit ain't good for them. Like, like people from Iraq, they're like, yeah, seeing the sky lit up is not a good thing where we come from. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Now we did do personal. I find doing like personal fireworks to be way better than going to watch fireworks.
You guys can do it like that over where you're at?
So, fun fact for Japan, we cannot have fireworks that shoot off in the air and go poof. The only fireworks we can have are like really extravagant sparklers.
Or like poppers. Yeah.
We can't even have poppers.
Oh, you can have poppers. Wow.
It makes too much noise. Yeah. They have a noise ordinance. I think it's after 8. After 8 is quiet hours. And then after that, you better not be making a shit ton of noise or people will call the cops.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, in some places it's illegal to shoot, like for a civilian person to shoot off anything, right? Here in Texas, you can't really do it, but everybody does it. And then you hear the gunshots because, you know, people love to shoot guns in Texas. So it's
illegal in North Carolina, but it's legal in South Carolina. So I've always grown up going to get fireworks in South Carolina and then shooting them off illegally. Shooting them off illegally in front of the house.
If you have like property or you live out in the country, most people do because who's going to tell, right?
Yep. We did really big fireworks one year. My children were small.
Yeah.
And we did that way out in the country. We had it used to be a cornfield and they turned it into a soybean field and lit all of our fireworks up. So yeah, that is true.
That's cool.
I've done that.
Well, we had some good fireworks show here. I was happy with it. We had a good cookout, good family time.
Well, you guys drop what you do in the 4th in the chat. I'm interested. Does everybody celebrate on the 4th? Do you all enjoy fireworks? I'm kind of over fireworks.
Clearly, they spend it with us. That's obvious.
That's cool, though. I'm not even going to complain. You want to spend time with me on the 4th of July? Okay.
These are the real ones right here. These are the real ones that are in the chat.
Maybe it's raining. I don't know. Maybe it's raining. You know what? Nope. I got to give Sergeant Larson his credit. He shows up.
Yeah.
Rain, sleet, or
snow.
Snow.
That's Sergeant Larson? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Sergeant Larson, yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm used to his Instagram handle.
Oh shit. Sorry. If the 4th falls on a weekend, we celebrate on the day. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. It's only 8 p.m. What do you mean only? That's when the fireworks get started, don't they?
Well, but it's not dark here till about usually fireworks shows start at like 9 something because it's light until pretty much. I mean, it's 8:09. It's still light out here.
The perks of being in a country that doesn't follow stupid daylight savings. It gets dark the same time here.
Every year.
All year. Yep. Now it does get dark earlier in the winter, but that's natural. It happens naturally. You don't need to change the time. America is so fucking extra, dude.
We make shit complicated.
Right. You don't need to mess with the time. Nature does that.
Yeah.
During the winter, it gets dark at like 6:30 here. Sometimes 5:30, depending on the day.
Yeah.
But that's insane. It's not dark until 9. That is fucking nuts, bro.
Right.
I would go crazy with it being that light outside. That's time for me to go to bed because it's pitch black here.
Now you know why I get so like when the time changes and I'm like really weird with my sleep schedule because you know I go to sleep early. That like when it's light outside, I have to like Benadryl drug myself to go to sleep because otherwise, yeah. Because if I just see like a little speck of light coming through, I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't be asleep.
Oh man,
yeah. So,
excuse me.
Well, the people that are here are going to get some juicy topics because yeah, we're going to talk about the recent news regarding Pastor Brian Hawkins. He got arrested. We'll talk about it. I posted about it, and I just want to make it clear: Soonie nor I broke this news. It was actually broken by the Temecula people that we've had on the show here that were involved in the debacle with Pastor Brian. They actually broke it. They tagged me in that post, and I shared their post. So just FYI,
people like you. Did you post? Yo, my phone was going absolutely fucking nuts. I had to turn, I never do this. I had to turn vibration off. So I totally missed my alarms.
Yeah.
Because I had to completely silence my phone.
Yeah.
So many people were asking, why would you post this? Did you post this? I didn't post it.
Yeah.
I don't even agree with it being posted. Me and Mo had a whole conversation. I'm like, I think we should have talked about this. She's like, bro, it's news.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't.
Well, to be fair, and you saw when I sent this to you when you woke up, I was sending you kind of like everything that was transpiring. Before they broke it, I told them, because they were sending it to me and I didn't realize they had posted it on Instagram. And I said, I'm not going to break this.
Yeah.
You know, only because the only reason why was because there were children involved, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, this is a sad situation. It's just like the situation with Steven Crowder. However, where I differ from Soonie, because I think she might still think, this needs to kind of be kept at a minimum, is he is running for public office. So once you're in that position, people deserve to know what's going on and what it is that you're doing. So that's an unfortunate piece to it. But we both agree that we do want to handle this sensitively because there are children involved. Exactly. And just like every other case we talk about, right? This is just alleged information. Yes, he was arrested. Yes, the charges are what they are, but nobody knows the story. Nobody knows what transpired or why it transpired. And in no way am I personally protecting Pastor Brian, because like I said to Soonie yesterday, I think he's, a shitty human being in general. I don't like the guy. But because there are children involved in this, it is important that we remain objective to what actually is being reported as, facts and what isn't facts, and remind people of that. Because I've seen some pretty nasty comments in his comment section.
Yes.
So,
I mean, I agree with what you said. I still am under the line of thought of certain things should be private. But I do understand what you and other people are saying of he's a public official and these things are going to be talked about. I think what really bothers me is the way people are discussing it. To me, they're discussing it as if it's so, and they're just like salivating at the mouth to be able to defame someone or assassinate their character. And I don't agree with that. When someone does something and it's wrong, we're going to call it out. That's just what it is. We're going to call it out. We're not going to hold back. I don't. Most sometimes is a little nicer. And then there's sometimes where I'm extending grace. It just depends. But the way people are rushing to put this out, celebrating, almost relishing in the fact that he's been accused of something so egregious. And then for people to just hop all the way off the porch to say he did it. That's what's bothering me. Because I know for a fact, if this public official was Donald J. Trump, everybody and their mama on this side would be saying, these are just charges. What does that mean? Has he been proven guilty? But because of Pastor Brian's history and the things that he's done in the past couple months, I get it.
It doesn't look good.
I get it. I believe in integrity. That's just me. I believe in integrity. I'm going to treat people with the same respect that I would want to be treated if I were ever in the situation of being in the news. I would want people to,
right.
And I know not everyone's going to do this, but I would want a sense of respect between me and the other person speaking, rather than people just automatically assuming I'm guilty, because that's not fair. It's not fair. It's not right. And it's extremely hypocritical from people on this side who love to go with this moniker when it comes to police officers. I'm going to keep bringing that up. Innocent until proven guilty. Pastor Brian has not been proven guilty. Period, point blank.
Or innocent for that matter. But that's what you do, right? Like, you don't know the facts. And I know that everybody's saying, well, he completely slandered that guy in Temecula, right? I've heard people say, this is karma. This is karma. He deserves to get this, blah, 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 blah. Like, we didn't know the other gentleman or any history behind him before Pastor Brian attacked him and called him a racist and said that he was attacking a young Black woman, right? Nobody said he deserved it. Why? Because we didn't know who he was. Okay. Come to find out, the guy, once we looked at the evidence of the video a little bit closer and heard other witnesses that were there, it wasn't how Pastor Brian portrayed it to be. And it is a known fact that Pastor Brian, loves to make things a certain way to fit a narrative he would like them to fit. But I am not one to say that I've said it in the past and I'm trying to get better at it. Just because somebody does this to somebody else doesn't mean we should do it to them. And again, I'm not protecting him. I'm giving him the courtesy that I would want to get, much like I said yesterday when we were talking about, or last week when we were talking about the court case, right?
Yeah.
I would want somebody to have compassion and make a decision based on the evidence and facts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is.
I agree.
So
the people who are saying, before you go, the people who are saying, well, he did this to someone else. Two things don't make a right. Two wrong things do not make a right. You can't justify wrong with wrong and say, well, because you did it, I did it. And he did this to someone else, so I'm going to do it back. He's not our child. This is a grown-ass man. We're not teaching him a lesson. We don't even know what the fuck's going on. Nobody has any information, but everybody has put their mouth on this to defame someone, to assassinate character. Do you realize what he's being accused of? I don't think people really realize what he's being accused of.
Read the charges. Read the charges. Read the article that you have there.
It just talks about Pastor Brian has been arrested on suspicion of assaulting two children. Hawkins is suspected of felony assault with intent to cause great bodily harm in what a Riverside Department news release called a domestic incident. Let me go to the Riverside. Can you guys see this still? Sometimes it changes. Okay. This is just the press release that came out saying they received a 911 call from someone who reported two children being beat. Now, I have a bunch of different articles here. Let me pull up another one. And I could pull up I think I have the charges on deck too.
Yeah, they're in our WhatsApp chat.
They're in our WhatsApp chat?
Yeah, I can pull them up if you want.
Sure.
I got it right here. Let me know. You want me to pull it up right now?
Yeah, you could pull up the charges and read them off while I pull up this article.
And then I also want to give a definition of these specific charges as the state of California sees them. So this is the actual charges here. And down here at the bottom, he has charged 245A4 assault on a person with great bodily injury. That's what GBI stands for. A second assault on a person with great bodily injury. Now, I am unsure after reading a few of the articles if these two charges apply to the children that are listed in the last two charges or if this is another person. Because if you see, there's two charges here, right? So they wouldn't put a double charge on here. So either there's two adults and two kids involved in this, or this assault on a person with great bodily injury applies to each one of those kids. It could be one or the other. And then the the third and fourth charge are corporal punishment on a child. Now, this I pulled up on what corporal punishment is defined as. It is defined, it can include spanking, slapping, pinching, pulling, twisting, and hitting with an object. It can also include forcing a child to consume unpleasant substances such as soap, hot sauce, or hot pepper. Now, when I sent this to Soonie, my first thought was, well, shoot, my parents would have gone to jail with a charge of corporal punishment, right?
Exactly.
We also know that he's in the state of California where they have now deemed it child abuse to not believe your child when they say they are a different gender. Okay.
Exactly.
So I bring that up to say that just because we see the word abuse I know that we think about just this egregious form of abuse in all circumstances, but we're talking about a state that has a very, very loose definition of what is constituted as abuse. And I guess I would be an abuser because I've spanked my kids. I've pinched my kids, like grabbed their arm. Like I probably even pulled a couple ponytails in my day. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Again, I'm not excusing, but I'm just saying.
No, you're presenting a reality. Some people got their ass whooped. I was one of those kids. I got my butt whooped. And my mother would have definitely gone to jail had she been a public official. That's why I'm approaching this situation completely different, because these charges, and I was talking to a former police officer because I wanted some expertise on it. And even he said, a belt, a bottle, you could throw something across the room. It could be a bottle. You can use a belt, anything. It could be something as small as that can be categorized as, it says child abuse, assault likely to produce great bodily harm. So what if they got a spanking with a belt? Then what? What if, and we don't know who called the police because it's not being stated who called the police. But what if this person made a false report? What if those children actually disobeyed their father and he rendered a punishment? What if that's what it is? I would rather think the best of a situation than automatically assume the worst of someone's character just because they have done other shaky things within the public eye. One thing that I commended Pastor Brian on when we started doing working with Temecula to cover what happened was his fatherhood. He's there for his kids, bro. All over his page is his children. All over his page. Anytime we see his kids with him online, I've seen him interact with his children. They do not come off as abused or battered children. They seem extremely happy. So it's really sending me that people are automatically assuming guilt, automatically saying he's done this with little to no information that's out. Little to no information. So we have no clue what happened. And I'm not going to be, I don't want our platform to be one of those platforms that's just sitting and putting out salacious news against someone because we don't agree with their politics. I'm not going to do that. It's just not happening.
And Patty, I don't know where you got that information, because I actually read a little bit more into the timeline of what transpired. And it says here at 12:39 p.m., the sheriff's dispatch center received a call of a domestic incident at a residence in the 400 block of Mistletoe Avenue in San Jacinto. The caller reported that Brian Hawkins, a 44-year-old resident, committed an assault on two children at the location. Investigators from the Hemet Sheriff Station and Special Victims Unit assumed the investigation, and he was arrested and booked. So he is actually still in jail. I originally had posted that the bail was $800,000, but I was incorrect about that. I thought that the charges were concurrent, and they're not. So it's a $200,000 bail, and apparently he has not posted that bail, and he looks like he is assigned in a unit there. So as far as I know, he's still incarcerated.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I was actually talking to Uncle Seth about the situation. I wanted more expertise on it, and he brought up an extremely valid point. His past history can definitely play into why he was charged the way he was, and also the bail amount.
Yes.
So we have to be extremely careful discussing this subject, because you know what? He can sue every last one of y'all when he gets his ass out of jail, because you have painted him as an abuser, and that can absolutely hinder his political career. Now, I don't want him to have one. I don't think he should be voted in, but he should have a fair opportunity to run, no different than Donald J. fucking Trump.
And
no different.
To address Sed's comment, I actually looked at the code and the charges, and because he has a prior charge, it does clearly state in there that it will be charged as a felony as a result of that. So there you go.
There we go. There we go. I'm going to pray for the best I'm going to keep Pastor Brian and his family in my prayers. I'm going to continue to do what I've done. I'm not going to be speaking on this. You guys can go watch other influencers. They're all discussing it. But you won't be getting that from me because we don't have any information as to what went down. And it's involving children.
Mm-hmm.
Children. This is not, this is what I feel is going on. We have turned journalism into tabloid news. That's what journalism is now. No one's looking for an actual story. No one's looking for an actual story. People are looking for clicks and fucking views. They want ratings. That's just my personal opinion on all this.
You know what I hope? I hope that whatever amount of days he's in jail, I think his court date is on the 6th. I hope he spends this time to really think if he needs to be running for office right now, or if maybe he needs to like re-examine what it is he's doing. You know what I mean? And sometimes things like this happen, and that's the cause and effect of it all. Maybe he needs to spend more time with his family. I mean, clearly there's a broken home situation. The kids are going between parent and parent. The parents maybe aren't getting along. Very common situation, but they're young kids. They need their parents. And maybe he needs to do less Instagram lives with people like Mitch and running for office and spend it with his family and his kids. So
yeah, prayers to Pastor Brian in this whole situation. I hope he comes out innocent, and I hope I'm going to keep the same energy I did with Stephen. All these people speaking on him, y'all better hope y'all wrong. You better hope you're wrong, bro. Because everybody was waiting. Y'all was waiting for this one. Boy, was y'all waiting. Shit. I wonder how old are these kids? We don't have any of that information. This is what I will promise you all. When there is updated information, and I get it directly from the source, because we're all connected. I know people who know Pastor Brian. I will go live on my Instagram, and me and Mo will cover what actually happened. If we have to be the only platform that does it, I'm perfectly fine with that, because it's called news. It's called reporting accurate news, not news that you're just happy about because you don't like someone. That's a sick, disgusting way to live.
Mm-hmm. And I also, when I posted this, I said, we're still extending an invitation to Pastor Brian to come on our show, because we did once before. He's welcome to come on the show to tell his side of the story. Hopefully he'll want to, now that he hears that we're not condemning him, you know, to guilt right off the bat. You know, the other thing I do want to say is, and I'm only saying this because we mentioned this the very first time we spoke about Pastor Brian. We don't know what the exact number of children is that he has, but on his Facebook, he has posted quite a few children that look to be children of his, right? So this could be not his immediate children that you guys see on Instagram, those children. There could be other children. I don't know. I don't know any details. We don't know any details. We don't know if they're his kids. They could be nieces and nephews. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? But prayers to them. I'm going to keep them in my heart. You know, I don't really care what's going on with me and Pastor Brian. I hope he comes out innocent. Just like I hope Steven Crowder gets to come out and smack all of you motherfuckers in the face with facts. I just do. I'm tired of seeing men be ran through the mud. I'm tired.
I don't hope for anyone's incident or innocence or guilty, but I hope for truth. Truth. That's it. Whatever the truth is, I hope it comes out. I hope if whatever happens, happens. I'm not rooting or not rooting for anybody. I just want truth. And what I do pray for is those children, Steven Crowder's and Pastor Brian's. So
you don't want them to be innocent of all the things they're being accused of?
Well, because you know what? Like, I know that women can be really vindictive and nasty, but I'm not going to assume that every single woman is like that. And I'm going to say we need to wait on the facts for both cases. I don't know. I don't even know this. I don't even know the woman, if there's a woman involved in this Pastor Brian thing. It could be another man for all I know. I don't know. I hope that the truth comes out. And more so, I hope Pastor Brian does some self-reflecting so that he can fix, you know, some of the stuff that's going on, and maybe not want to fight so hard for the LGBTQ, and you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yo, funny. Well, Steven Crowder's in the news once again. We have another family issue that conservatives are choosing to cover. I don't know why. It must be a really boring news day. This is a divorce between two very emotional people. It's clear. We got to read what actually went down in the court hearing. This news organization or publication, whatever you call them, they actually sat in on the trial. So they gave a play-by-play of what Steven Crowder said versus what his wife said. And it all just sounds like catty bullshit. It just seems like two people who got in a marriage and thought it would work and last forever. Turns out it didn't, and now everyone's pissed off. That's what it seems like to me. I do think that Steven does make some valid criticisms. I do think his wife makes some valid criticisms. She's not just making things up. Marriage happens, you argue, you fight, but what matters is how you recover from it. And clearly they couldn't recover because a lot of the complaints that they were making in these filings, the shit that they're complaining about is like, bro, what? Can y'all get this over with? Like, can we be adults, get it over with, and take care of your children? This is so dumb. This is so dumb, long and drawn out for no fucking reason.
This is rich people problems, actually.
This is stupid. This man's got 4 lawyers. He's like, nah, listen, I understand why he got them too. I get it. Men get railroaded. I get it.
Yeah, that's true.
But damn, bro. Good Lord. Good Lord. What were some of the things we read?
It's like he has 4, she only has 1. It's like, I mean, you have the bare minimum. What more do you want?
Right. You got, look, one thing we just talked about this too. One thing they keep bringing up is that she doesn't have a platform and he does.
Right. Immediately setting the stage for you to feel sorry for everything, right? Sympathy.
Thank you.
Sympathy. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. The judge denies the court being sealed, which I don't really agree with. The public does not have a right to know what's going on in their marriage. The public has a right to know about Steven, but the public does not have a right to know about their marriage. Why do we have a right to know about their marriage? Like, can you give a logical reason as to why we have a right to know these things? Because
they're a public figure. I will say this, okay, and this is just for the journalism aspect of it. Judge, don't seal the case until I have a chance to go to one court hearing. Okay, I'm close to Denton County. Just let me know when I need to show up.
Oh my god!
Wouldn't you guys love to see Mo in the courtroom? Oh gosh, I'd probably get kicked out.
Be a whole Jerry Springer shit going on. Bro.
I will probably get kicked out. I'll wear one of Sooni's repeal the 19 shirts in the courtroom.
No, you have to wear, guys. I got a shirt coming out. You have to wear the property and owner shirt.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't give you my feedback on that. You are going down for that one, okay? You said they're either going to love me or hate me. I'm like, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they're going to hate you. Okay?
I got a new shirt coming. Oh,
listen.
Ooh, it's about to be lit. I can't wait.
Whoever wears that shirt.
Come on.
Whoever wears that shirt, I'll wear it. I'll wear it because I don't care what people think. But like whoever else wears that shirt, you have big balls, okay? Big balls. It's probably scarier to wear that shirt than it is to wear a Trump shirt right now.
Listen, this is a shirt that's going to be dropping. It's see-through. You can't see it. I'm giving y'all a sneak peek, all right? Owner and property. Just know that that's what it is. That's what it is. You should dude, you would go fucking viral if you wore that in the court hearing. And Steven would probably love the goddamn shirt to buy it.
There's a dress code when you go to court. I can't wear that shirt. They wouldn't even let me in.
Why
or I'll
not?
just, you know what I'll do is I'll wear it underneath a blazer and then I'll just like, I'll just open my blazer. Dude. I will get the shirt. Somebody needs to tell me when the next hearing is, and I will get the shirt and I'll go.
Some more details related to this case is Hillary Crowder's lawyer reiterates that Steven is the one that went on social media to talk about the divorce case. Now, this is where I'm going to call a cap on her being a little dishonest. Steven had not mentioned his divorce. People around Steven had mentioned his divorce. What's his name? Owen something. He's a comedian and he accuses everyone of stealing material from him. You know what I'm talking about? Is it Owen Benjamin?
Yeah. Yeah. Owen Benjamin.
So Owen Benjamin was the first person to put this out on Twitter. One of the first. And they're actually accusing another woman for putting this out. So I'm going to have to disagree with your wife, buddy. Come on now. You know this game. People talk. We run in small circles. People speak to each other and information gets leaked. That's why I don't talk to a lot of people.
It was also kind of Candace and the Daily Wire people because they, like, after the whole thing with the contract came out, they were like, oh, this is why you were so high strung, because you're getting a divorce. Remember, they kind of talked about that too.
Come on, be fair, Hillary. Judge notates that if Hillary or Stephen release any case info that she is holding them responsible, you just said that it's public. So if it's public and you want all the public to be there, then why can't they comment?
Man, this judge is...
Does that make sense?
This judge is going to put me in contempt of court if I wear this freaking shirt.
She's a woman, all right? So we might be having a whole repeal the 19th situation going on with this bitch because none of her rulings make sense.
Y'all better post my bail, okay? If I get...
Post my bail.
Post my bail.
Stephen's legal team is concerned about his wife going to the media, which I would be too. I think they both have gag orders.
Yep.
Asking that a paragraph be added to the gag order that nobody involved in a case may discuss the divorce in any medium or fashion. I don't agree with that. What do you think about the judge's ruling on the gag order?
I mean, I think what they're saying is because her family was rumored to have released the video of them in the backyard.
Oh, the ring cam.
Yeah. So I think more the gag orders on them and like their family, friends and family, because really friends and family might be called to testify, you know, to either one of them.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's out. I mean,
you think it's fair?
with the way that this is going, because this is just getting out of control. Yeah, I think she kind of has to do it. I think she has to.
Okay.
I wish she
I can see that. I can see that. I wish she wouldn't either. And we're probably saying that because it's like, ooh, content.
It's juicy.
Let's get on it.
It's juicy.
This once again goes back to the point that they make in every single article, whether it's Candace Owens stating it or another influencer stating it. They always talk about the fact that she does not have a platform. So what? You want her to have a platform so that she can trash her fucking husband. That's it. Stephen's lawyers continued to ask questions regarding Hillary's lack of employment because she is going to try to go after alimony and continuing her lifestyle. Guarantee you that's what's going to go down. They're concerned about that. And the last time she was employed was 2018. She worked for her husband. She's currently unemployed and a full-time mom. Why can't she go get a job like the rest of everyone else? Why are you like, I just don't get it, bro. Women initiate divorces and then want to still be married by having their husbands take care of them. You are no longer married, ma'am. You're not a full-time mom no more. You go to work just like daddies do.
Yeah.
Why are they bringing this up?
This is my thing. Like, if you made a bad choice and you chose the wrong person and you want to initiate the divorce, unless it's like some detrimental life or death situation, you better figure out a plan. You should have been planning for this.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, I think you just need to like bite the bullet because not only are you initiating a divorce and you don't have the money, but you went through with in vitro fertilization with a man who clearly wasn't a good husband to you. So you made a lot of bad choices, Hillary.
Just saying.
You made a lot of bad choices. So I don't know.
Just saying. Stephen has visitation of his children / custody on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and some Saturdays. I don't think that men should have visitation. I think that men should have just as much access to their children as women do. I think it's dumb to pick specific days. This just goes to show that adults can't even be parents the right way. without their emotions and feelings getting involved in it. You have to have this is what bothers me about the situation too, on account of Stephen. He always talks about the state and how men are treated, but you're opting to go through the state to get a divorce. Like, come on. Y'all couldn't just handle this yourselves?
I mean,
lead by example.
It doesn't sound like she wants to handle it outside the court. I'm sure.
Do you think it's her or him? I think it's a combination of both. Or do you think it's her?
I mean, it's probably a combination of both now, but from what it sounds like in that very first video that Stephen came out with, it made it sound like he was like, you know, like he said, I love my wife, you know, like I want to try and work it out. So I think probably it's gotten to that point. But I mean, I agree with you. Like, I think things like visitation, again, unless there's a safety concern and they have to be like monitored visitation. Yeah. You should want your children to be able to see their dad or vice versa whenever they want or whenever the parent wants. Like, there shouldn't be a barrier to that.
Facts.
A court shouldn't have to tell you.
I agree. One other thing that stood out, and we're going to be closing this topic down because it's two married people who are very hurt that they're even having to divorce.
Damaged.
When you get down to it, they're both hurt. It's obvious. And once again, I'm going to extend prayers to this situation rather than exploit Stephen for information that's not even really our business. It's just not. But the reason I'm speaking on it is because I don't think there's anyone else having this discussion of mind your business and being honest about the situation. It doesn't paint her as a monster and it doesn't paint him as a monster. It paints them both as human beings with feelings that are going through the motions. Plain and simple. I'm not going to villainize this dude because I don't like him. Y'all don't like him because he called out Daily Wire. Keep it a stack. I'm going to keep saying that until y'all admit it.
I didn't even really know who this guy was. Like, I know he was like some big time conservative influencer, but I didn't listen to him.
I didn't listen to him. Hillary states that Stephen has rage issues and punches holes in walls. I can see a guy punching a hole in a wall if a woman is extremely annoying and he can't fucking hit you. So the best thing for him to do is to knock a hole in the wall.
Not just annoying. Okay. Let's keep it real. Not just annoying. Okay. Because I would say if a guy is just punching holes in the wall because she's annoying every once in a while, then yeah, you have an anger issue. I guarantee you it's a constant thing that he has no outlet for. And the punching of the hole in the wall probably came at a point where he just couldn't take it anymore.
Maybe I can see that. Yeah. I think that's a valid.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, how many, like, seriously, like, how many people really exist in the world that just for no reason, unless they're completely crazy, just fly off the handle for no reason and just punch a hole in the wall? It hurts to punch a hole in the wall.
That's what I said in regards to the man in Chicago.
But he seemed crazy. But he seemed crazy to me.
Sway. I'm not talking with you about this. I'm not doing it.
I got a video to show you. Remind me about that. I don't know if you saw it when we get to like the end of the show where we do funny news, because I've got some funny stuff.
So the last point that I just felt like she was kind of not being honest to was the fact where she says he's not at the birth of his children. He says he was, and there's a picture of him with the children when they're born. And we have a photo of that.
Mm-hmm. You want to pull it up?
Mo brought up a point of COVID. Either I brought it up or you brought it up.
You brought it up. Yeah, you brought it up.
But during COVID, people weren't allowed to be in the room with their spouses during births. People weren't allowed to go see their dying family members. There was a lot of things that people weren't allowed to do. And it seems, this is just my opinion, it seems like people are ignoring that fact. They're ignoring that there were rules and restrictions. And I don't really get why. These are newborn children in hospital blankets, bro. We all know what those blankets look like. We all know what the hats look like.
But they look to be in their house, not in the hospital.
And he got a surgery that was necessary for his chest. He was having some, I think it was like very low blood flow due to something caving in with his rib cage.
Yeah, he had like
I just don't quite get it. I don't get it, but I think we should consider those things. There was
shit.
Here you go.
I
God
forgot.
Damn, bro.
I spoiled it. I'm sorry.
I didn't see nothing. Anyways,
I spoiled the surprise of.
I didn't see it.
It was Coraline. It was the Coraline.
Nobody saw it. You're giving it away.
Oh,
you're giving it away.
Look at these cute babies, though.
They are cute.
Oh, I miss that age.
This is stupid. I think Candace should stop talking about it. I think conservative news should stop talking about it, and I think people should mind their business. Mind your business, because if you were going through this, you wouldn't want your shit plastered all over the internet. No different than if you were going through being accused of something as egregious as child abuse. You wouldn't want your shit plastered all over the internet. Treat people how you want to be treated. That's it.
Period.
I don't got nothing else on that topic.
Period. Okay, so what else? Let's talk about, since we're on the topic of men and women, let's talk about the dude. And I don't even know who this dude is. Okay. But he did an interview with, what's this guy's name?
I don't know.
The Carlos King. Okay. He did an interview with him. I think this dude is a reality TV dude, or he's a hip hop. His wife's in I don't know. He's in music, something. Both of them seem to be famous people because he talks about them like they're both famous.
A person. So
wait, did you hear that?
Person.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard.
So this guy, let me just set it up. So he thinks, or he demands that his wife, who is diagnosed with cancer, gives him sex when he wants it. So let's listen to what he says, and we are very curious to hear everybody's thoughts on this.
Where, despite what she's going through right now, you still feel like there's a happy medium in terms of her pleasuring you.
There's a difference between wants and needs, all right? And I'm a person who actually needs sex, not a person who wants sex. Now, at times I want it, but I actually need it. Life throws us curveballs like what we're going through right now. What Kimmy is doing is admirable as a spouse. To roll over and suffer through it, fakes it all for me. Because at that moment, it's something that she completely didn't desire, right? So I look at it as her standing by me while I'm standing by her. As difficult as it may seem, we should all feel that we would be better people and say, oh, no, I don't want or need sex for however long it takes for you to recover. But then live in reality where that's not true.
I want to ask you this. So when you say you need sex, not want it, you need it. Obviously, there's things we need. We need oxygen. We need water. There's certain things we need in order to be able to live a healthy life. Why do you need sex?
I need sex like Carlos needs mess.
Watch the full video.
So that was just a little clip. I want to know what you think, Soonie, and I definitely want to hear from people in the comments, because the comments in this video, in the full interview, were wild. People were like, I can't believe he would do this. Like, how terrible to treat your wife who's sick with cancer this way. What do you think?
This is something that women do on the regular. It's not, I don't see why people are outraged. Or maybe this is because wives aren't good anymore, right? And they have just way too many rights, and they can say no for weeks and months on end. I don't have that type of household. Right. There may be days where I don't feel like it. So like, it is what it is. I'm more interested in keeping my husband happy. And like I said before, it's not something that we haven't already done as women. How many times have women faked it in a situation? Bitch, stop. You have faked it. You have faked it.
Yeah.
We all have. We've all gone through the moment where we don't know what's going on with our bodies, and men don't know what to do with our bodies. It just is what it is.
Well, I think like when people refer to themselves as a Proverbs 31 woman, isn't this like the literal definition of what that is? Oh, right? Isn't that what you're supposed to? Yeah, isn't that what you're supposed to do?
I mean, I don't know if sex is in that, but just being a virtuous woman, sure.
Well, it doesn't. Oh my God, this cat. I was like, okay, keep it pushing. It doesn't specifically say that, right?
Yeah.
But it does say submit to, right, in sickness and in health, all this other stuff. So I think that you need to kind of recognize that, you know, I personally think it's a great thing. And I think if that works for her and him, then it works for her and him. Right?
Exactly. Why people getting mad when ain't nobody asking you to do it?
Right.
That's their situation.
What wasn't shown in this clip, because I went and watched the whole interview to kind of get the context around it, was he said the first 6 months when she got diagnosed, he actually went completely celibate and got closer to God, did a lot of soul searching in himself. Obviously, she was going through chemo. So the first 6 months, he said, I am the one that made the sacrifice. I really did. As you know, I made the sacrifice and, you know, we got through it. And of course, she still has cancer and has moments, right? Like where she's not feeling great. But he says, you know, now she recognizes now it's her time to sacrifice. So
it's somebody else's marriage. Once again.
And she has breast cancer.
We are bothered by someone else's marriage and what they are doing. I don't find an issue with it. I've been married since I was 19, 20, been with the same man since I was 17.
Yeah.
Clearly, I got something going on right over here. And it does. It's a lot of sacrifice, bro. You don't always get to have your way.
Yeah.
You don't.
And Michelle, we're not comparing a cold to cancer. What we're saying is if she's willing to do that, then she's willing to do that. And we shouldn't talk bad about their marriage as a result of that.
Or the man. I don't know what type of man he is.
Right.
You just automatically assuming he's a shitbag because you don't want to have sex. That's cool. You don't have to have sex with him. Somebody else is doing it. And clearly it's working for them. I don't see why people are getting all bent out of shape about this.
And the type of cancer she has is breast cancer, in case anybody's wondering. I get that cancer is painful. Again, pain is relevant to whoever. Like my mom had cancer. My mom had breast cancer. She had zero pain. And she had a full mastectomy. That was obviously painful, right? She had a full mastectomy. She had a reconstruction. The surgery was painful. The cancer was not. Obviously, when she was going through treatments and things like that, she had days that she was tired or she had days that she didn't feel good, but then she had days that she felt great. In fact, she said to me oftentimes, if I didn't know I had cancer, I wouldn't be able to tell I had cancer.
I agree. It's the blanket statement of what cancer is for everyone. I know plenty of people who have had cancer. My grandmother, breast cancer runs in my family. I watched my auntie's body it. But he did say she didn't want to have sex, so he was forcing her. He didn't force her to do anything.
No, he didn't say he was forcing her. Never did he say he was forcing her. She willingly did it, even though she didn't feel like it.
And once again,
that's not
sorry.
forcing.
I'm gonna give Michelle the repeal the 19th moment. Facts don't care about your feelings, bro. Not everybody has or goes through cancer the way that you do. And I don't see why we are hopping off the porch and calling a man that we don't know shitty. You don't even know this dude. Why is he shitty? Because him and his wife have sex and she has cancer. And maybe there's some nights where she just doesn't feel up to it. But because she knows this is what her husband needs, she does it. What's wrong with that? Seriously, I'm genuinely asking, what is wrong with that? Why does that make a man a shitty husband?
I highly suggest, if you guys are questioning this man's integrity, to go watch the full interview. The Carlos is King has a YouTube channel, and the full interview is there. It is actually quite an interesting interview without even knowing who this person is, just hearing that portion of it. So,
well, we can see what people populate in the comment section, but I genuinely want to know what makes it shitty. If you haven't, you're being emotional. I'm going to call you out. You're being emotional on a topic such as cancer because you have cancer. I don't care about your emotions.
And you might have
logically.
And you might have a completely different case, Michelle. I think Michelle also had breast cancer, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what she had.
That's why I said she's being emotional on this subject.
Yeah. I mean, if that was your experience, Michelle, and you personally could never even imagine doing that, then that's your experience. And if it worked for your situation, then that worked for your situation. Nobody can judge that. But who's to say what we don't even know what stage cancer she had.
Yeah, but that's like saying you don't know what it's like to be black, so don't speak on being black. That's dumb. Everybody experiences life differently. Some people experience life the same way as a black person does. We may have some differences, but we're all giving opinions. Every single one of us. You're in Canada and you speak on an American experience. Should we tell you, you have no clue what you're talking about? You are just giving an opinion. Or do we count in your opinion because you have valid things to say?
I think she has a right to be emotional about it.
Why?
I don't think.
No. Why? This isn't her. Why does she have a right to be emotional about something that has nothing to do with her?
Hold on, let me finish. She has a right to be emotional about the subject. I don't think it's fair to plant a blanket observation on this situation based on your situation. That I don't think is fair. Of course you can be emotional about it. Of course it can trigger you. I get that. I get it. But they don't, it doesn't mean that that's how you feel if that's how they feel. That's not the same.
Going through an American experience and studying an American experience is completely different. You're not here to experience any of the things that you speak on, but you still give an opinion. And your opinion is not discounted. And you would feel some sort of way if someone told you to sit down and be quiet. You're a Canadian. That's essentially what you're telling us here. Well, you've never had it, so your opinion is just that, an opinion. What is I don't quite get it. It's a discussion. It's not our marriage. It's someone else's marriage. And that woman is okay with it. So because she's okay with it, I'm supporting sis and keeping her husband happy. She's okay with it.
Michelle, I can tell you just from what I told you about my mom and her cancer, she would probably agree with what me and Soonie are saying because I know how me and my mom's and dad's relationship was during that time. She would probably agree. So if somebody who had cancer, breast cancer at that, came and gave you the same exact opinion, you would still feel the way you feel. Exactly. And we would still feel the way we feel, so, and it's okay. You don't have to agree with us. That's why we brought the topic up so that we could hear everybody's opinion.
I agree.
Mitch tells everybody to shut up. So
right, but when he does that, we call him out for it. So that's a moot point.
He's an idiot.
You know who else is a fucking idiot? Joe
dude.
Biden and the Joe Biden regime. They are now talking about studying ways to limiting sunlight to rapidly cool the planet. Now, this was a report released by the White House. Not making this up. I'm waiting for it to load in. I'm so sorry.
Block the sun rays.
This is actually in an entire, it's 44 pages long. You can look into this. It's a research plan. This is what Congress is interested in doing. I'm showing you this so you can go pull it up yourself and read it because I'm not making this up. The White House has opened the door to an audacious geoengineering plan. The idea would block sunlight from the Earth's surface to fight global warming. Bro, what?
You know what it would do? Everybody would be 1,000 times more depressed than they are now. No sunlight. Think about it. Which state in the United States has the highest suicide rate and also the least amount of sunlight?
Alaska.
Seattle.
Oh, I thought it was Alaska.
No, because they have periods of the year where they do have sunlight. Seattle has so much gloom that they actually hold the record for suicides because of the lack of sun. Vitamin D is crucial. You guys, we already go to the doctor and get told your vitamin D is low. No matter how many freaking vitamin D pills you take, your vitamin D is low. And now they're going to do this shit? What?
This shit right here, nigga?
What you go block it with? Right, what are you going to block it with is what I want to know.
Wait. Do you remember that movie with Gerard Butler?
Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold that thought. Could they possibly be using Lizzo to block the sun's
Oh my gosh. Anyways. I'm so done with you. Is this what we're proposing? Let's put all the morbidly obese people up on a whole what do you call them? A platform and turn them into a shield.
That's why they've been encouraging fatness.
Nobody can ever complain about my commentary on the Flaggets when this lady just said she wants to send all the obese people to space to block the sun.
No, I'm going to tell you right now, my brain is on fire. Okay. It's been a conspiracy from the start. They have been putting shit in our food to make us fatter. Okay. Telling us fat is beautiful because they're farming us out to the people who want to block the sun.
I'm done with you, dude. What's that? What's Geostorm? That's the name of the movie. Geostorm with Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
They have these like really cool things on the outside of the planet to control the weather.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're planning on doing.
Totally.
See, art imitates life, guys.
Dude.
What you see in the movie, they try to really replicate in life.
And y'all are going to remember Soonie and Mo called it.
No, Soonie and didn't call nothing. Don't put me in this.
Oh.
She tried to add me.
Soonie and Mo called it.
Well, guys, Joe Biden can't lower inflation. Joe Biden can't lower gas prices,
but he
can't bring world peace, but he can block the fucking sun.
Yep.
And Congress is going to work on studying blocking the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Despite some scientists warning the effort could have an untold side effects from altering the chemical makeup of the atmosphere. Duh. President Joe Biden's administration have admitted they are open to the idea, which has never been attempted before.
First of all, you know what? You know what? This is just another freaking way for them to funnel money into some bullshit. Because who's doing the checks and balances to see how the studying of the fucking sun being blocked is going? Who's going to ask about that? Like, so how's
the American people?
How's that sun blocking initiative going? Like, can we see some metrics on that? No.
Listen.
This is just a savings account for Ukraine, y'all.
Savings account for Ukraine. Is that what it is?
Right.
Is that what it is? I think your proposal, you're going to get us canceled, bro. I ain't say I was going to ship them.
Hey.
You just sent them to a definite death. Okay? Like, they ain't coming back. At least the Flaggets on an island, they got a bit of a shot because they could probably build a raft. I'm going to put them really far out, but you know, you talking about sending them to the sun.
Yo, listen to this. Okay. And we need to read this. It's only 44 pages. We've done more than that. The 44-page document, which this proposed, considers a few ways to limit the amount of sunlight that hits Earth, all of which could have significant drawbacks. One method is to multiply the amount of aerosols in the stratosphere to reflect the sun's rays away from the planet.
Wait, you know what that is?
What?
Chemtrails. They already do it.
Dude.
Chemtrails.
Listen, other includes increasing cloud cover over the oceans or reducing the amount of high-flying cirrus clouds, which reflects solar radiation back to the Earth.
Cloud seeding, which we already do.
Wow. There are risks associated with each form of solar radiation modifications, the report said, that can affect human health, biodiversity, and geopolitics.
This is why the geopolitical realm is where all the fun is. Keep telling y'all.
You want to hear some more fun? This could disrupt food supplies, lead to abrupt warming if the practice was widely deployed and then halted. It also wouldn't address air pollution from fossil fuels or ocean acidification, a major threat to coral reefs ecosystems driven by the overabundance of carbon in the air and seas. They just
what?
They just want to fuck it all up.
Joe Biden figured out how to block the sun, y'all. He couldn't cure COVID. He can't stop people from dying from COVID. He can't stop them from dying from the jab. I already mentioned inflation, gas prices, wars. He can't stand up straight. He's always tripping on stuff. He can't do nothing, but they can definitely look into blocking the sun because that makes so much sense.
Right.
So much sense. Let's block the sun, guys. Let's just do it.
And forget about getting a refund on what you paid for college. No. Forget about it.
I forgot to bring that up.
he couldn't figure out how to get that done. He was too busy trying to figure out how to block the sun.
Oh gosh. Too busy. Well, you know who else did some absurd shit when it comes to legislation?
Who?
Governor Gretchen Whitmer, or Whitmer, whatever you call her. Michigan House passes a bill that could make using the wrong pronouns a felony. So, what they're going to do is violate your First Amendment speech. Your First Amendment right, I'm sorry. So, if you don't know what the fuck these things are, then you could go to jail. Now, can you imagine? Can you imagine? 911, how can I help you? Someone got my pronouns wrong. Can you send police? Can you imagine that, dude?
Are they still going to be like, what race is the person? Are they still going to ask that question?
Are they going to? How?
Can you please tell us what they look like?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
It can result in prison time or a $10,000 fine.
They were cis. They were cisgender female. Oh my God.
This violates the First Amendment. Now, I downloaded the actual bill. If you guys want to go read it, please go download it. Don't believe anything we said.
Did you read it
today? I did. I read a little bit of it.
Oh, okay.
Anything that has a cross through it is stuff that they are going to be striking out, meaning they're preparing a new amendment to this specific bill, and they're striking all this out. So what they're striking out is a person guilty of a hate crime. Okay, so they struck out ethnic intimidation if that person maliciously and with specific intent to intimidate, harasses another person because of that person's race, color, religion, gender, or national origin, does any of the following: cause physical contact, damage, destroys, threatens. This is all the stuff that they struck out. Threatens by word or act, or to do an act described in subdivisions A or B, which is below here, these sections here, just in case you don't know how to read this. They're striking all that out. Okay. And they're putting in this. So things that are in bold are things that are being added. Now, I know you guys can't see it because it's super small. Let me see if I can zoom it in some.
Oh, it like cuts it off.
How about now?
That's better. I don't have my glasses, but we'll struggle through it.
All right. So what's being added is, and intentionally does any of the following. So let's put it all together. A hate crime with all this struck out. Y'all can see that, right? All of this is struck out. So they're changing what constitutes something as a hate crime. Intentionally does any of the following to an individual based in whole or part or actual or perceived characteristics of that individual listed under subsection 2, regardless of the existence of any other motivating factors. Do you understand all that wording here? Whether you do it intentionally, unintentionally, or whether someone perceives it, okay? Precedes.
Oh, how do you
Perception.
even prove that?
Thank you. How do you prove someone's perception?
What?
So here are the motivating factors. Uses force or violence on another individual. Causes bodily injury to another individual. Not sure what the fuck this has to do with pronouns. Intimidates another individual. Damages, destroys, defaces any real, personal, digital, or online property. What the fuck? How do you damage online property? How do you damage digital property?
Maybe by leaving a comment, I'm thinking.
Without the consent of that individual. Threatens by word or act or to do any actions described. Once again, we already went through that. The actual or perceived characteristics of another individual referenced under subsection 1, which is right here. So all they've done is make an extremely ambiguous bill and then slapped a felony charge on it.
I want to know who's down for this.
All this is this perception. It can be something that you prove, or it could be something that you perceived. So now people, if this passes, people can go to jail for lying. The bill was passed by a Democrat-controlled state house in a 59-50 fucking vote. It now moves to the Senate, which I'm hoping the Senate will strike it the fuck down and say, absolutely not.
They better.
Absolutely not.
Otherwise, the Lord better come down and cover the sun right now. Okay. Get rid of it. Extinguish it.
Make some sense.
That's wild. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, if this passed in any way, shape, or form, or any other state tries to do something like this, you too will be put in jail for stupid shit and slapped with a felony charge. That's wild.
Wait. It gets better. This legislation would prohibit mental health professionals from trying to convert youths who are LGBTQ plus to heterosexuality and traditional gender expectations. So they can write legislation that says you cannot try to transition your children back to being fucking normal, but you bitches can transition our normal children into being fucking freaks of nature.
Right. Well, because so they've already, like in some states, they've already made it illegal, not illegal, but it's a violation of your medical license if a child or anybody comes to you and says, hey, I want to change my gender, and you try to talk them out of it.
Crazy.
You can get your license suspended by the medical board in some states.
Hey. The Senate is a Democrat majority. I know. But I'm hoping some Democrats in Michigan have a brain. This is something I'm going to be covering and following for a minute until it either passes or fails. And I'm actually going to keep watching this bill because what they do is cheat code. They have these pieces of legislation that get voted out. They then add them to a bigger bill. So something like an omnibus bill would have something close to this in it. Because they add pork to get their things passed through. And we don't pay attention because we're so stuck on a budget, and you're sending $500 billion to Ukraine that we're not paying attention to the fine print. So just to give you guys a cheat code, pay attention to these things and download the bills as they come out. Download them so you can have them on your computer to reference. You
people in Michigan, you guys better organize and let them know that if they vote for this, that you guys are gonna destroy the city, just like these Democrats do, like these crazy people do when they don't get their way. Y'all better be acting the same way. This is something to get real crazy about. Y'all better start organizing now. Don't wait. Get in the streets now. Let them know you read the bill and you're not okay with this at all.
Do it. And we'll probably turn this into a clip because this is absurd. This is absolutely absurd. And this is what I was comparing Whitmer to. She looks like Coraline's button-eyed mommy. Yeah, y'all ever watched the movie Coraline? She looks just like her. And this lady in the movie, Coraline's mama, you see me? This broad is evil as fuck. She is crazy. There's a reason she looks like her. I put 2 and 2 in my head last night because Coraline is actually my little sister's favorite movie. She always watching it. If she looks like fucking Coraline, tell me she don't look like Coraline.
Exactly.
Tell
Look
me.
at Lauren says, I'm a public policy specialist here in the Metro Detroit area. I'll be watching closely for sure.
Let us know what you find. Keep us updated.
Lauren, the fact that you didn't know about this, the fact that we put you onto this, I'm honored. The Somewhere in the Middle show.
My governor. Governor Whitmer is just too much, man.
Yeah.
We have one more story.
And then I have a funny one.
You have a funny one?
I have something funny. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious because I just want to read the comments.
Oh God. Let's get our serious topic out of the way.
Okay.
And then we can go into something funny. Okay. Now, you remember when we were all just so happy that the Supreme Court ruled in favor of people being able to actually choose whether they want to service a same-sex couple or not, because we do live in America where we have options, right?
Yes.
That was a W, right? Everybody was like, awesome. Well, guess what happened?
I know where she's going with this. I saw
you
this.
Do?
Yeah,
you
I read this.
Now they're trying to say that the person accused of even forcing this so-called Christian to make this web design was a total farce.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work?
Yeah. She fabricated an email.
She totally just grabbed some random dude's name and was like, I'm going to use him for my subject.
But
he's going to be the guy.
Here's my thing, okay? This was at the Supreme Court. Y'all recognize, okay, that you don't just go walk up to the Supreme Court like on your lunch break and be like, hey, I need this case to be heard. No, like it has to go through several other courts before it actually gets to the Supreme Court. So how is this now? They're now just saying that this email was fabricated? That's crazy. Where's Soonie go? Oh, she probably had somebody come in.
I'm back.
She back. You know what I mean? Did you hear what I said though?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, and he's straight. He says he didn't, and he's straight. She got an inquiry. That much is fucking known. Mm-hmm. She didn't pull the inquiry from nowhere.
Right.
Like, what? This is what I mean. This is kind of like the Chicago situation with the mom and the son.
Yeah.
Who are these motherfuckers to plot?
Right.
Like, who are they?
Look up the IP addresses. You can figure that out. Come on.
It went to the Supreme Court. Do you think it's just like you said, why would it go all the way to the Supreme Court with no evidence that a person actually sent this? Mm-hmm. Whether it was them or not, or the person, is irrelevant.
You know what
someone
I think?
Submitted an inquiry.
I think someone submitted an inquiry to set this lady up, okay, thinking they were a shoe-in, okay, to win whatever they wanted to win on this issue. Then they realized it didn't work, and now they're like, oh shit, we got to backtrack. Never mind. We didn't send this email, and by the way, I'm straight.
Well, think about it. How did it even get to this level?
Exactly.
Like, if nobody requested her to do this, why would she be going to the Supreme Court to say that she has a right to say no? Somebody had to initiate something against her. That makes no sense.
She's going to perjure herself in court?
This is another case I'm going to really read because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Who tried to sue this lady, or why would she take this to Supreme Court if nobody wanted her to create this and had an issue that she said no?
Has she done any interviews since this article came out?
Yes, she has.
Okay. Do you know what she said about it? Like, has she
No,
addressed?
I haven't watched any of them.
I gotta watch. I'm curious to know, man.
I just want this to make some sense, bro.
Yeah.
Leftists are out in droves trying to discount story because they're mad that we can say no. Like, let's just listen to what they're mad about. They're mad we can say no, but they can force us to do things. Mm-hmm. So these people don't even really look. Essay is not a thing to them. Graping, you don't understand the word no. So all these feminists and all these wannabe LGBTQ feminists, you're a bad feminist, bro, because we said no. Doesn't no mean no? Don't you need consent? I'm not giving you my consent. No is no.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It's weird.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Like, it makes no sense, their reasoning for shit.
Well, you don't have my consent. Well, you don't have mine either.
And the fact that there's some people that are like, well, they kind of have a point, you know, like we kind of need. No,
they don't. No, they don't.
Oh, Lord.
They need to crawl back in whatever hole they came from. I'm so sick of these folks.
Seriously.
I'm tired of people.
Amen to that. So you're going to be, okay. So this is either going to perk you up or it's just going to make you more tired of people. Okay.
I'm scared.
So this,
I'm
okay.
scared.
I saw this yesterday. Never mind the picture on the far right. That's David J. Harris's taco meat chest. Okay. But this came out yesterday, and this is a woman in Dallas on an American Airlines flight that flipped out on this flight. Okay. Stating that the person she was sitting next to was not real. Okay. Now, the video in itself, just pay attention because I watched this so many freaking times because there were a few things that I want to see if me and Soonie are on the same page about the things that just killed us. Okay, here we go.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the fuck off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the fuck off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two fucks, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can fucking die with them or not. I'm not going to.
Okay. First of all, at the end when the guy was like, bye. I was like, that's my Texas people. When the guy that was recording her, when she said, that motherfucker right there is not real, he said, boop, and he panned to the back to be like, who's she talking about?
See, is she having a bad trip?
We don't know, okay? But TikTok has been erupting with conspiracy theories that she encountered one of these reptilian shapeshifter people, right? So listen. Oh my gosh. So I put a comment in here, but I'm gonna read the comments in the voice that I hear them because y'all are gonna crack up
a little bit.
I don't think I can because this is freaking Instagram. Okay. So the first person says, baby, I don't care. I would have been off right with her because you see. Okay, the second person, it was the bye for me at the end. That's what I said. Then somebody says, she saw a reptilian shapeshifter. You'll begin to see them more often as the earth ascends. People are crazy. Then somebody said, I was like, Soonie, is this you? I love seeing ghetto white people.
The 4th of July is ghetto, and here's the information as to why. When did this happen? This better happen on the 4th. Ghetto.
Somebody said, all I'm saying is black people would have gave each other that look like, let's get the fuck up.
Let's get the fuck up out of here. We ain't even got to talk, because if you running, I'm running.
Oh, then somebody else said, mess around, and that plane comes back 5.5 years later. Dude, first of all, the tone in her voice, the fact
Can you send it to me, please?
I will. The fact
she was upset.
She was so upset. I don't know if she had a couple of drinks, if she had a gummy, but I was like, even a gummy doesn't get you that upset. She was seeing people. She was seeing somebody.
But you know how kids cry after they get a whooping and they be like,
she was like, right now, if you damn this plane, I'm just telling you right now, that motherfucker right there is not real. She fucking left. She was out. This lady said, yeah, I'm about to head out with you. I don't know what it is that was back there, but we can talk about that later. Did you hear the pitch in her voice? She done convinced me. Let me
I would have got off the flight. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I would have got off the flight and purchased a new flight. I would have got off.
They said Karen definitely saw something they didn't. Listen. This is the funny part. So if y'all go on TikTok, okay, there's people that are like zooming in on people's faces and like screenshotting people's eyeballs all big and shit. Like, is this him? They got people in the back with glasses on. Dude, if you can believe this, the flight was delayed 3 hours, okay? While the flight crew had to completely search every nook and cranny of this plane for this imaginary person. This lady got let off the plane, went back through security, and booked a flight on another airline, and she flew to wherever she was going to.
Listen.
Oh,
listen.
I'm done, man.
You gotta send me that shit. Cause you know what? You know what?
I'm gonna send it to you right now.
She said, "There's something back there."
What do y'all? Listen, wait. I wanted to show you the David J. Harris video. Hold up.
I don't want to see that nigga, bro.
When you're in Texas,
that looks disgusting, man.
Because it's freaking raining. But hey.
Oh, look at that. That is so gross. The shoulder hair, y'all. The shoulder
American
hair.
trunks on. That's right. Make America again.
I can't stand him.
Yeah, take that nasty taco meat off the screen, please. Is it going?
Yeah, it's gone.
Ugh.
What up, Liddell? She saw Jamie Foxx.
I'm about to steal that. I'm gonna say she saw Jamie Foxx, y'all. That's what it was.
I wonder if it's still on my story, dude. I imposed.
What up, Liddell? How you doing?
How you doing? Happy 4th of July.
4th of July is ghetto and made up. And you want to know why? Because we had a Karen on the train, on the plane, high as fuck, hallucinating and seeing stuff. Ratchet. All of them be doing drugs. Where all the twerking at?
Wait, I gotta share what I put on my story. Here we go. Okay. So I said, I ain't gonna lie. I watched this clip a few times and even paused to see who I saw in the back of the plane. Because, baby, these days, you never know. And then I said, wait just a minute. I enlarged the photo I took of the back of the plane upon further review. Joe, is that you? Because I imposed his face. I had to join in the fun of what people were seeing back there. You know what I mean? Anyways.
Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, it's hot. Today is gonna be a pool day all day.
That's where I was.
Somebody told me you are sun-kissed. I was like,
your
feel like
sun
I just look black.
Do you burn? Like, do you get like actual redness to your color?
Yeah.
Because black folks burn, right? Like I'm burnt. Like I'm a little bit burnt from today.
You're tan, bro.
No, I'm red. Y'all can't see because of the lighting, but I'm like, look.
Your undertone is white as fuck.
It is. Yeah.
My undertone is red. So it doesn't matter what happens. I look red no matter what.
You look red.
I look red. You can tell. Look at my arms.
Like a red bone.
You want to see? Hold on. See that tan?
It's too far
Look
away.
at
I
that
can't
tan.
tell. Oh, wow. Look at that. You have a tan line.
Yeah.
Dang.
I'm actually.
Look, now you can see. I'm red. See that?
That was you, Judy. I said it because she has a beautiful girl. Look, I was talking to my husband last night and I was like, yo, somebody said I was sun-kissed. I guess I need to stay out the sun because when I hear sun-kissed, it's like, girl, you getting dark.
Yeah.
So let me stay out the sun for a bit.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's not what it means. It just means that you have a glow. And I was like, oh, okay. At first I thought Judy was like, girl, you getting black out here. I really did, though. I was in the sun all day.
See, my glow is just pure oil because like my skin is so like dry right now that I am like, I put so much oil on my skin just to like keep it from being crusty because my skin is dry.
Too bad, so sad. My skin ain't.
Too bad. You're not crusty?
No, you don't see my skin. Look how beautiful my skin is. You know how many people touch my skin and they're like, bro, you are so soft.
Oh, I'm soft. I'm not saying I'm like rough, but I'm
You
soft
ain't
because
soft.
I'm soft because I'm oily. Like I'm oily and moisturized.
Right, which means you are rough. You're proving my point.
But I'm not rough. I'm oily and moisturized.
You're oily because of human intervention, not naturally.
Oh, you're naturally soft.
Yes, I'm naturally soft. I don't need anything.
I mean,
didn't
I'm
put lotion on today.
I'm
Look
soft.
at my elbows. I can take a shower and get out the shower and not be ashy.
I'm soft, like in a squishy sense. I'm just a soft person.
Question, Mind of Mo. Is water wet?
We asked this question on Mind of Mo, I thought.
No, we didn't.
Yes, water is wet.
You taking my answer.
I did?
Taking my answer.
Why would it not be wet?
Because it's water. People say water can't be wet because it's a characteristic of water, but not water itself is not wet.
Oh, see, those people annoy me. The people that look into it too much.
I told you this off the phone because I was debating it with Erica. That's where you heard it from.
What did she say?
She got so mad. She got so mad at me.
Dude, listen. I need somebody who knows Egyptian history because I need to debate the Cleopatra theory I have.
Y'all, you said the most, bro. You want to see my real response? This was my reaction when I read what the fuck you wrote.
Read what I wrote.
Hold on.
Read what I wrote.
Want me to read it? Okay,
yeah,
hold on.
Read what I wrote.
Now, I said,
random.
yeah. I said, I don't really care, right? I said, yeah, I don't care.
That was her response.
She didn't give a fuck. She kept going. I even said, okay.
But wait, you got to read. Okay, so Soonie
I'm not reading all that. I'm going to read the part where my face went, huh? Okay?
No, I want to read it. People need to know my theory.
Why? People just need to know you said some outlandish shit.
No, really quick. Let me read it. See, you like to skip over shit, but context is important. So Soonie was not even talking to me about Cleopatra. Okay. We were talking about the show topics. And I said, this is random, but I think Cleopatra was black and history is trying to hide it. Everything you read tries to convince us otherwise, even in Hollywood depictions. They have never found her tomb nor anyone related to her, but they say her bloodline traces back to Greece. Everyone was sleeping with everyone back then, and I think a lot of these men laid down with their concubines, and out of a frisky jungle fever night came a biracial Cleopatra. All 4 of her husbands died mysterious deaths, and she ultimately died alone. Moral of the story, they have no evidence of this shit, so it left her two famous husbands, Mark Antony and Caesar, whom she had children with, to make sure that the bust they created of her looked ethnically ambiguous. No, I'm not on a gummy. It's been perplexing me for weeks. She sends me ... And then I said her a smiley face, and she said, yeah, I don't care.
I don't care.
I'm just telling you.
Why'd you stop there?
Okay.
See, you talk about people leaving context.
Okay.
Now.
So then Soonie says, okay. And I said, she was a high-class whore / baby mama. None of the dudes wanted to really commit to her. The father of hers we know was her stepfather. We have no idea who her real daddy was. And then Soonie said, so her activities make her black? I don't get it. And then I said, no. She was
everything she listed. Does it not sound like this is how you're explaining how this bitch is black? Because nothing in your initial statement proved that she was black.
Listen.
Nothing.
And then I said, no. She was Egyptian from Africa. That would make her black. It don't make sense that she looks the way they depict her to look and say she has Greek lineage, considering they have never found her tomb or have any DNA to go off of from her family. And then I said, I'll be at the studio around 7:15. That's how it ended. That's it. I've been thinking
somebody
about
else
this.
tried to talk to me about this stupid ass topic, and I was like, bro, I really don't give a fuck. And they really thought I was gonna care. Did you know Cleopatra was black? I don't give a fuck. I don't know this bitch, and I don't care to know her. Only thing I hear about Cleopatra is that she used her vagina to deceive men,
gain power.
So I don't give a crap. Let her rest in peace.
Yeah,
she can rest in peace for all I care.
She even married her brother to stay in power.
Nasty whore, and that makes her white because black people don't do that shit.
Oh, sorry. Here we go. Here we go.
Black folks don't do that shit.
Oh, sure they don't. Okay, sure they don't.
We ain't up in the hills have eyes with all these deformities. That's white folks doing that.
I'm just saying, y'all. Just remember me. Just remember me when it comes out.
Please remember her.
That the Romans tried to rewrite history because they didn't want it to get out that Caesar and Mark Antony got down with the sisterhood. Okay.
And look, and you know what? Lopez is gonna come through and be like, "Yep, see, look, she ain't had no daddy.
Yeah.
Look, baby mama,"
She
and we
meets
get
all
to
the
blame Mo because she put these parameters out.
Well, that's Lopez saying she meets all the qualifications, not me. I'm just saying she was from Africa and she was Egyptian, so it only makes sense. But it's weird to me. It's weird to me that there is a bust of her that she don't look black at all, the bust, okay? But her girl Nefertiti from around the way, she somehow magically looks hella black in her shit, okay? They made her black, but she wasn't whoring around like this other one was. So you see what I'm saying? You do whore activities and they try to cover up all your shit. That's right, I said it. Cleopatra was a whore.
And right before that, she said she was black.
I'm just saying, if the shoe fits. The shoe fits. Listen, I'm just saying she's black because she's from Africa and she's Egyptian.
That ain't.
Look up people from Africa.
They
Egyptian.
African. They're not black.
Whatever. Why are you doing that? Dude, that freaks me out.
It
looks
not
like
African.
It looks like you have what is it, dentures? Like like you got your dentures like caught. You have good teeth, like good teeth gum ratio. Dude, you know how like some white girls, they have like their top teeth show all the time? Like when they talk, look at me right now. Like they're talking like this and you can see their top teeth all the time, no matter what. White girls, like
white people ain't got no thick upper lip.
They're like this all the time. I'm like, dang, dude, don't your gums get dry?
You talk.
When I talk, you
can see your teeth.
You can see my teeth, but I'm saying like white girls, they're like this. You can see like their whole fucking like upper. Anyways,
Stop fucking with you, bro.
Sorry, white girls. You guys had to take it for a second because I had to make up for everything I said about Cleopatra. You guys had to take the brunt of the criticism.
It's okay. Mitch and them are gonna watch this live and be like, "See, the spirit of the clan. All they gonna hear is baby mama and whore."
Dude, they should be happy that I thought a queen was black. She was a black queen.
Oh my god,
she was a black queen. She was a black
Lord.
queen.
Jesus, take the wheel. Stop. Do you have any more funny news?
Nah, that's it.
Nah. Are you going black on me?
Nah, that's it. Maybe Cleopatra is channeling through me. Jacqueline says she accepts my apology. She's on behalf of the white congregation. Jacqueline accepts. What? Why do I get that?
You said what? What?
Dude, I'm so hungry.
I'm so hungry too. You know what else I'm hungry for, guys? We really would love this roadcaster.
You always bring this up like so smooth. Like I don't even know you're doing it. Like I don't even know that it's happening and you bring it up. That is so funny.
If you would like to donate to our efforts of getting a Rodecaster Pro to help the show, take it to another level, install a soundboard and have the ability for people to call in, please scan this QR code and send us over a donation. We really appreciate it.
Help me, please. Help me, please.
Help me. Why make Mitch happy? Just saying. Oh, because Mitch is soft. Mitch gets offended by every little thing.
Yeah. Well, we'd make Mitch happy because we would enforce his spirit of the clan theory.
Spirit of the clan.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I really had fun. I have to do a brief after party to go over to Instagram to discuss a few things.
I'm gonna make.
You'll be happy to know that we got some messages thanking us for our objective reporting on Pastor Brian. Appreciate that. Sorry, y'all. I stole my husband's back scratcher because my back is like,
ooh, I love a back scratcher.
Only thing. Sooni's like Ben Shapiro with plugins. What do you mean? Ew, that was a freaking insult.
With plugins, what does that mean?
I don't want to be Ben Shapiro. Or is that a compliment? I need to know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is horrendous. I don't like him.
I wish I had a back scratcher because those things really hit, dude. When you got a good back scratcher.
For real.
Have you ever had one of those like head scratcher things that are like,
no,
they're like this? Oh, dude, those are amazing. Look at, and here we have Gabrielle Union scratching her back.
Sponsorships. Oh, okay. I got you. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. We will see you guys on Friday, where we'll have some more trending news, maybe even some updates to this whole Pastor Brian situation, so people can shut the flip up and let his family handle this in private.
Well, we should have an update because his court arraignment is on the 6th.
That is right. So Friday we should have an update. Hopefully he'll be getting out. Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, I would have thought Mitch would have posted his bail by now.
I know. Mitch, why you ain't post his bail?
Or the LGBTQ community, the lesbians,
or all the Democrats. Exactly. Where is Dion? Where is the
yes?
What's their name? Temecula Collective. Why y'all ain't all posting the stories all over the place?
Where is the GoFundMe? Where's the GoFundMe for Pastor Brian?
Do I need to start one?
You know what?
I think we should.
Maybe we should.
Should we raise money for Pastor Brian, y'all, to help him with his bail?
What we'll say it's on behalf of all the people that support Pastor Brian.
Yeah.
We expect to see them donate first.
Right.
Maybe you should just tag Mitch and be like, would you like to start the GoFundMe for Pastor Brian, or should I?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Where's BLM? He doesn't fight for BLM. He fights for LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Same thing.
The flag.
Yeah. Same thing.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God. Red Pill won't be donating. She made it known.
Gosh. Peace out, y'all.
Peace out. Everybody have a good 4th. Love you guys.
They say the song's so offensive, but only if you get offended. I can't offend you without your permission, and you don't even have to listen. They say the song's so offensive, but only if